All right, so here I'm out at Gravelly Point, and these are a group of Norway pines that are out there right next to the urinals. If you ever go out there, this is out by Reagan National Airport. So I was able to identify these by the grouping of their needles, which out of each one of these are pairs. So there you can see that I have two right there. And here's some long ones. Those other two were short new growth. Here's some long ones. And they're paired, you can see that. These trees are very irregular in the way they grow. This one to my left has some bad health in it. You can see where that long arm is dead. It really needs some attention. These trees, they have a very crackly looking bark here. You can see a lot of lichen growing on them. And I love the style that they've been grown in. They're short, irregular, and I believe they grew like this from being pruned hard very early. And here's a natural gen from that arm. That's there's a lot of dead twigs and branches and pine needles in this one tree here. I believe that's how they grew like this, from being constantly pruned and chopped down, because on landing the planes fly directly over this section. There's one that's regular in its growth. The other ones have very long, low-hanging branches. And so we'll come in here and take another look at this pine cone that's growing. That's where the seeds are stored. I'll show you the seeds in the pine cone I collected on the next half of the video. And so here I again looking at this one, and again it's a pair of needles. You can see that I have them, I'm holding them right there. So everywhere the needles grow out, they grow out in pairs. So I'll back away a little so you can see how irregular the trees are. And here comes the reason why they're so low, and that's the American Airlines landing at 19. So let's take a look at some saplings that I've grown. All right, so these are the two Norway pine saplings that I grew out of the pine cone that I collected on my first trip out to Gravelly Point. Those are the trees that I showed you in the previous video. And here is the original pine cone. I've already knocked all the seeds out of it. I don't even know where most of the seeds are, because I was so busy planting and storing. There's a seed right there. So this is what the seed looks like once you knock it out. And actually this one doesn't even have the pod in it. There aren't too many, I don't have too many more of, let me knock, oh yeah, here's one. So this one just fell out. So there's the seed pod right there on the end right here. It's very tiny. And so I just knocked it off. It's very fragile. So the seed for this tree is that small. They're very easy to lose, which I didn't learn until I lost them. I have two more that I got off the ground today, right here. They're just laying around under the trees out there. And so those were the trees in the first part of this video. This is the first one that I got that sprouted, so I'll bring that in so you can see it and get a close-up. And I will tell you that I didn't follow any rules that I've looked at on these, as far as these videos go, that I've seen online on YouTube. I just pretty much put the tree seed in this soil that you see here, just a very barky mulch and a mix of, there's gravel on the very bottom, then the barky mulch is on top, and I put the seed under about a half an inch, maybe a little less than a half an inch, and left it there. And this one I did was the first one. As you can see, it's a little more developed than this one, and it sprouted. I didn't do anything other than I would water it occasionally, but nothing special. And it's been pretty healthy. It's very easy to grow. I would tell you they're even easier to grow than maple trees, because these are pretty much the first two I planted. I have to find the other seeds. I put them in some type of container to keep them dry, and I don't know what I did with them, but these are my Norway pines that I misidentified as black pine. The only reason I did is because of the shape of the full-grown tree. But I've since realized, like I said in the first half of that video, that the reason why the trees are cut so low is because the planes fly over. So I'm really interested into how my trees are going to look as they develop. So in my next video, I will show you some more of the seed beds that I have and the different ways I'm sprouting my trees. Have a nice evening.